Think Honda, and if you're like me, you think of the engines that have just powered Ayrton Senna to his 3rd World Championship. Think Honda, and if you're a biker, you think of Eddie Lawson taking the 500cc crown. Think Honda, and many people think only of a small family car, competent yet rather boring, a bit like the old Civic. But now, that's changed a bit. The new Civic range comes in 2 distinct body shapes, 3-door hatch and 4-door saloon. There are 5 engine variations, from an ordinary cooking version to a 158 horsepower screamer via a high-tech super economy model. But it's not only the range that's expanded, the cars are physically bigger as well, so they're now competing directly with the likes of Escort and Astra. Honda's target for the Civic is to appeal to young married couples and single people. So they've concentrated on improving this front passenger compartment while still leaving sufficient room in the back for 3 people. For the driver, that means improved legroom. For once, I don't even need the seat fully back. The pedal layout is very good, and in general, the driving position, I'm very comfortable. The steering wheel adjusts up and down, but I'd prefer it to move a bit closer as well. The layout of instruments and controls is very neat and functional, and there are some nice touches, like the upholstered door panels. But overall, the interior has that Japanese blandness. It's lacking in character. One other thing which we complained about 4 years ago when we tested the old Civic is that there's very little storage space in here. I mean, this door slot I can hardly even get my fingers into. Stacked up against the competition, the sporty 3-door ESI model is near the top of the class. It delivers similar power to the rest, beaten only by the Corolla GTI, and that translates into average acceleration of 8.7 seconds from 0 to 60, and, like the rest, a claimed top speed of around 120 miles an hour. Economy is good at just under 40 miles per gallon, better than most, but beaten again by that Corolla. Now, those of you who saw our motor fair programme will know that Jeremy Clarkson set me the challenge of opening the tailgate. Well, it's simple. You read the book. Step 1, pull release lever. Now, Jeremy's problem was that he couldn't find any handles on the rear of the car. The trick is to slide your fingers under the glass, and hey presto. However, if you've got long, delicate fingernails, you'll soon start cracking them. And Honda are going to make this strut here stronger, so that initial opening is actually much wider, and then there's much easier access and clean access to the rear of the car. Once open, there's actually 2 ways of getting bags in and out. The first through the top, but if the bag's too large, that won't work, and you must open that lower tailgate. That then reveals the entire boot space, which is in fact larger than the previous Civics, but still not exactly generous. Mind you, it's just a very strong tailgate, would make rather a good grandstand at the races. The ESI is powered by a 1.6-litre single overhead cam unit. It produces about 123 horsepower. It uses Honda's now familiar VTEC variable valve timing system that is aimed at boosting that power. But now they've come out with another version that's aimed at improving economy. All Civic engines have 4 valves per cylinder, but at low speeds, the new VEI only uses 3. One inlet valve stays virtually closed, giving better swirl in the combustion chamber and exceptional economy. Honda's claimed overall 50 miles per gallon puts it into diesel territory without penalising performance. Now, if economy is not top of your list of priorities, then Honda have a more powerful engine in the VTI, which comes not only in the 3-door hatch, but also in this 4-door saloon. Now we've got a double overhead cam version of the 1.6 power plant, and this produces 158 horsepower. Now that's practically 100 horsepower per litre, which is more per litre than Honda's much admired flagship supercar, the NSX. At the back, there's an elaborate hinge system which gets the boot lid well out of the way, but still the rear screen comes a long way back and still restricts that access. There's no space saver used, and that means we've got this rather unfortunate hump in the floor. But still, it's a very good carrying capacity, and there's a now rather fashionable ski flap to get your skis in. But with skis my size, they rather attack my elbow when I'm trying to drive. Ah, that's more comfortable. Now let's see what it's like out on the road. This top-of-the-range VTI has similar interior trim, but it's designed specifically for 4 people. The bucket seats in the back are nicely contoured and provide reasonable legroom, and there's even a storage box in the middle. But the most important thing about this car is its performance. The smooth, stylish body has none of the go-faster bibs and spoilers other companies think are important, but this is a real devil in disguise. The engine is not particularly torquey, and at legal speeds, the variable timing really only operates in first and second. But if you don't mind keeping it buzzing, it's ideal for safe overtaking. Honda compare it with BMW's 318i and the 416 GTI Rover, amongst others, and it looks good. Much more power means better acceleration and a much higher top speed. Not only that, it offers the best overall fuel economy at 38 miles a gallon. If Honda mean this comparison to be taken seriously, they must be aiming for a sale price of around $15,500. The actual figures won't be announced for another couple of weeks, but if that prediction's right, the 4-door VTI would be a very desirable package. It's a real driver's car with sure-footed handling, excellent traction and a power steering system that's well weighted to provide the right feel. In fact, with its expanded Civic range, Honda are now set to be a serious challenger in this sector of the market. Looking at the 2 cars we tested, we were most impressed with the advanced VTEC engines, and we liked the comfortable driving position and good handling. On the minus side, there's still not enough storage space. The interior styling's rather bland, and both hatch and boot openings do have their drawbacks.